When a man starts buttering up his wife, there's usually just one reason. He wants sex, and lots of it. After 10 years of marriage, Chika knew exactly what Kota was thinking. Before he even said a word, she laid it out straight.
ないないないね。俺も疲れてんだからって、お前は何もしてねえじゃん、いつも。
Seeing Chika walk off like she was avoiding him, Kota quietly crept over again, desperately trying to make small talk. This time, about Chika's best friend. He used the excuse to get closer, eventually making his way to the bed. But Chika shut him down, again.
てか近い。あんたソファー、ちょっとベッドに来ないで。
But Kota, completely ruled by his hormones, wasn't giving up that easily. They hadn't had sex in over 2 months. He tried to steer the conversation toward the topic of sex, and out of nowhere, brought up a news story about a worker molesting a young woman. Chika wasn't just uninterested. She shot back with sarcasm. Unlike you, I'm not free all day to scroll through trash online. Then she got up, saying she needed her beauty sleep. Sensing the mood slipping, Kota rushed to stop her, offering to give her a massage to help her relax after a long day. The result? She gave him a good beating instead. At that moment, a wave of frustration and anger hit him. He didn't want to be a loser forever. Miserable, Kota wandered the streets late at night, clutching the recorder his wife had given him, venting all his resentment into it. He admitted he never really loved Chika that much. If not for his pent-up desire, he wouldn't have thrown away his pride just to please her. Kota even thought about visiting a sex shop to deal with his needs. But the reality was, he didn't have the money. After letting it all out, he turned a corner and spotted a drunk young woman. One look at her, and he thought, way hotter than his wife. He bent down to pick something up beside her, but was suddenly caught by passing police. And just like that, Kota was mistaken for a pervert and taken away. When Chika arrived at the police station with their daughter, she didn't care about the drunk woman. She lashed out at the cops instead for calling and waking her up in the middle of the night. The officer looked like a scolded child, apologizing again and again. Once the paperwork was done, Chika took her kid and left. Kota finally got his freedom back. On the way home, Chika, holding back her rage, finally exploded. She said she deeply regretted ever falling for such a useless man. Since they got married and had a kid, Kota hadn't earned a single dime. It was all her fault for not breaking up with him sooner. She called him trash, a failure, the worst man in the world. Kota, fed up, wasn't backing down anymore. He snapped back, daughter in his arms, and the two hurled all their rage and resentment right there on a dim street corner. The next day, the family of 3 arrived at the final stop of their ridiculous trip, a visit to Chika's long-lost best friend. What kind of sparks will fly between this bickering couple next?